Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey y'all, welcome to Chopping It Up with Love. I am Love Rainell from the comforts of my home on this rainy, stormy day in Baltimore. But it's so much to talk about. It's so little time. So I meant to come to y'all earlier, but life was lifing. And so I had to first of all I had to wait for the storm to calm down because power was going in and out. And I'm about to take flight in a couple days to do some well, y'all see it's coming, y'all see. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. For my audio listeners, thank you. I will be putting this entire thing onto the audio platform. So if you follow me um on the audio podcast platform, then I'll be loading this up really, really soon. Maybe tonight. I don't know. So anyway, I just want to touch base and touch on a couple things. I'm not going to go too deep into anything because I am really not prepared. But I wanted to stay relevant until I get back into the studio. And so hopefully I'll be there this Wednesday. Hopefully I can get in Wednesday. We'll see. But anyway, let's talk. I think I want to talk Raiders. Let's talk Raiders preseason football. All right, how about that? Let's do that. So my Las Vegas Raiders have finally announced QB1. Our QB1 for the season. The QB1 battle is over with. AP had his press conference. He does it like a live, like I'm doing. He does a whole like a press conference. Everybody, he's like on his phone, and everybody is like, it's like a Zoom or something. So anyway, that's slick. It's cool. So anyway, so he announced today that Gardner Minshew will be our starting QB. He will be QB1. He is QB1. And Aiden, of course, he will be AOC, Aiden O'Connell. He will be QB2. They cut, who did they cut? They just cut the guy from here that we had last year, Brown. They cut Brown because he just sucked. So I guess he didn't fit into their system. I don't know. So it's Gardner Minshew, QB1, and Aiden O'Connell to be QB2. And so let me see. So my take on Gardner, well, Gardner played for the Colts last season. He really pretty much was their starting QB because Anthony Anthony Richardson, he went down like game 4. He was out for the season. He was like a bull in the china closet. Like he just didn't care. So he got knocked out in a couple games. So anyway, so Gardner Minshew, he was solid for the Colts. I think they made it to the playoffs, the first round maybe, and he was solid. They let him go. Well, he was a free agent, so he signed with the Raiders. All guaranteed money. I believe it was like 10 or 11 million all guaranteed. So they probably knew right then and there that he was going to be QB1. But they wanted to give AOC a chance, since he was their starter after the Jimmy G fiasco. They wanted to give AOC the opportunity to win the position of QB1. So anyway, let me stop rambling. Let me stick to the script. So anyway, there's a lot of mixed emotions out there in Raider land. Some people, of course, they weren't feeling AOC. Some, of course, were. Same as in Ravens, Ravens land. Everybody has their 2 cents to put in. So the bottom line is the coaches know what they saw. They know what they like. They see the potential. We don't. We just sit on our couches and, talk shit all day. But anyway, so I was kind of pulling for AOC, to be honest with you, just because of sentimental reasons. And Devontae Adams really liked him too. So, but like I said, I'm not a coach. I'm not a fly on the wall. I don't know what the hell is going on. But AP did say that, of course, I'm just paraphrasing because that was earlier and, my mind be gone. But AP did say that the things that they discussed between last week's game and this week's game, Gardner Minshew implemented it. He showed growth. He showed progression. He corrected his mistakes. AOC, I'm assuming, didn't, and we lost last night. I went to sleep after halftime. I woke up and saw the score, and I was like, oh, my God. But, that's just preseason. So, and AP also, Antonio Pierce also said that, he's out. I don't mean to say it, but I'm saying it. They're not playing to win preseason games. They're playing to figure things out to see what fits, what doesn't fit. And if they win, then that's fine too. If they win in the progress, that's a plus. But they're trying to see what fits, what doesn't fit, and what fits who. So back to it. So like I said, Gardner Minshew is QB1. So the bright side, Gardner Minshew does bring a veteran experience along with him because he's been around. He's like a journeyman. He's been around the league. He's seen a lot of, he's seen and played against a plethora of defenses. So he knows different looks that AOC, I'm just going to say Aiden. Some people probably like, what do you mean? But Aiden probably, he's not familiar with a lot yet. And, right now we're just trying to win, just win, baby. And so he also, he's really mobile. He's a mobile QB. As I said last week, he is a mobile QB. He's capable of keeping plays alive with his feet. And he's great at improvising on the fly as well. So that's a plus. Like, we need that because these defenses now are so fast. So you have to have a fast and quick thinking, quick acting QB. And so I guess Gardner Minshew is bringing that dynamic to the Raiders. And that's what they've been missing, I'm assuming, from what I see. And I don't get to see all the games. I was so happy. I saw that game last night. I was so happy. But then it was getting boring. So anyway, and it seems like Gardner Minshew and Tucker, the receiver Tucker, has a lot of chemistry. They had good chemistry last night. Like I said, I can't see the preseason games because they're in Vegas. But they had a lot of chemistry last night. And I think they were in Vegas. Anyway, I saw it. But they had chemistry last night. Tucker had a lot of, he caught a lot of deep throws, 48 yards, I think 52 yards, and some checkdowns too. But I was impressed by him. And I just want to see the connection between between Gardner Minshew and Devontae Adams, because, congratulations, Devontae. He just had a baby. His wife just gave birth, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, and he finally has a son. So he has 2 girls and finally his boy. So he is a proud papa. So they allotted him time off, to witness the birth of his son. And he's a vet. So, a vet, they can, they need that. They can get that time. So I want to see their connection. I want them to have more time to build that connection. So since everything has been set in stone and barring injury, Minshew is QB1. I know they can just now focus on the program and the dynamics of the offense, because the defense is jumping off. Let me see where my notes are. The defense is jumping off per usual. Like, we really came alive last season after they got rid of Josh McDaniels. Yeah, Josh McDaniels. The defense came alive, and it was pretty much always Max Crosby. He always carried the team, but now he has Chris Wilkinson, I think his name is Chris, from the Miami Dolphins. So he's there, and he's been looking good too. So our defense is not a problem at all. We will be a problem, but we're not a problem. We have to really focus and hone it on the offense and getting the offense to gel and to find their identity. I think once we find our identity, then we can just focus. Let me see. I know the best thing. Okay, so I know Devontae Adams, he did mention that he was pulling for Aiden O'Connell, I guess because he played with him last year. And it's just, loyalty maybe. But one thing about Gardner Minshew, he's not going to be throwing hospital balls like Jimmy G did all last year. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all saw the receiver. The receiver, was it I binge watched it, so yeah. So the receiver show. And I binge watched it, and you all saw, everybody saw Devontae Adams' frustration. Like, he was like, I'm gonna fucking die out here catching these hospital balls. He didn't say hospital balls, but that's what they call. He was throwing hospital balls. So I'm assuming Gardner Minshew is not Jimmy G. He's not. He doesn't throw hospital balls, but he can get wild and reckless with delivering the ball. Like, sometimes he just be like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like last night, he was just throwing balls. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? But, he they compared the stats of both QBs from last night. And they were just like, or I think from both of the games, I think. And they were like similar. No, last night, they were similar, except for AOC had 1 interception. So, they were like, but it is preseason. They're just testing things out. But Gardner Minshew does have more on tape than AOC does. And let me see. But yeah. Okay, so when I talked about the being reckless with the ball, that's like, I think that might be the only thing really that's like the only con for me for when it comes to Gardner Minshew is the recklessness with the ball, and that's major being a QB. So I guess that's a major thing. And I never really studied him. So I guess I'll be paying more attention now. I don't have time to go through tapes and look at things like that. I have to refer to YouTube and listen to other people who break down tape, because I don't know anything about that. I just know, and then when I look at it, I say, oh yeah, that's what it is. But while I'm watching games, I don't see all that stuff. I just, I'm just looking at, whatever. So anyway, I don't see it until after, like, the next day when I go back and really look at it and watch it and listen to something right here now. But anyway, so yeah. So the only thing I don't like about him too, well, this is like a personal thing. Well, it's personal for me because it's professional for him, because he still hangs out with John Gruden, and John Gruden and the Raiders, there is no love lost there. So but he still trains with him during the off season, and I think his brother, John Gruden's brother, they're all really tightly knit, and I just don't like that part of it. That's all, because I don't like John Gruden because of the text message and the emails and stuff that was disclosed. But that's about it. So hopefully, the Raiders, the Raiders will have a great offense this season. And if we might start out slow, the defense won't start out slow. So the defense can hold them down, and the offense can put up some numbers and still stay in the game and squeak out some wins. Not against the Ravens. Well, yeah, fuck it, against the Ravens. We're gonna beat the Ravens. But Jack Jones, the defense, he's gonna be a problem. He was a problem as soon as he came to Vegas from the Patriots. He was a problem, and he's been a problem. He's gonna be a problem. He's been a problem during the preseason. He's gonna be a problem during regular season. So it's gonna be on. I can't wait. And we all know Max Crosby is he's a terror. He terrorizes defense. He is a menace. So menace is going to be my word for the whole season. Menace. A menace and a bully. So Max Crosby is a menace. Jack Jones is a menace. And so is Trenton Simpson. I know that's the Ravens, but he is a menace. And so, but yeah, back to the Raiders. Our defense is lit. They just going to be a juggernaut all season long, barring injury. And but I'm just glad QB1 is finally locked down. The offense now, like I said, has to find its identity. And once they start clicking on all cylinders, it's going to be a wrap. We get the offense to match up with the defense. And bam. I really wish they would have kept Hunter Renfrow. He is still out there. He's still a free agent. I really wanted the Ravens to get him because he is a really, really good receiver. He is. He's not a big body, but he's not little like Bateman, and he's not little, like I said, like that. But he's not Bateman. He's not small like that. He is a nice size receiver, and he's efficient, good hands and all that stuff. So yeah. But anyway, that's it on the Raiders. I'm gonna cut that short. And let's talk Baltimore Ravens preseason football. Well. Today I'm gonna talk about David Ojabo. That's what I'm gonna focus on, David Ojabo. So David Ojabo, we drafted him, I think 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. So when we drafted him, he was already injured. He was injured in Michigan, the Wolverines. Achilles. He had an Achilles tear. So the Ravens drafted him anyway. So he, of course he was out the first season. They like drafting hurt. I think Voorhees was hurt. And so wasn't Hollywood Brown hurt when we drafted him? Like, people, they just like hurt people. So anyway, so they drafted him hurt. he sat out that first season, his rookie year, of course, because he had to, rehab. And it was also a contract dispute. Like Ojabo didn't, I don't know what the intricacies of his contract dispute were, but I think he wanted money or something. I don't know what was going on. But how you got all this guaranteed money and you're not even playing because you hurt? So anyway, they got the contract dispute together. He sat out for the first year. He came back the second year. So this will be his third year right here, I think. I don't know. He came back and he tore his ACL. Then he was out again. So, he had the little cleanup, the surgery. Then he came back last year. So this will be his fourth year. So he came back last season and he played, here and there, little nitpicky ticky-tack stuff. And then he tweaked the knee. So then he had to, I'm sorry, y'all, this hair. So then he had to go get that cleaned up and he was out again. So I said all that to say he's finally back. He looked damn fucking good out there. He looked good out there yesterday. Now, granted, it's preseason and you playing against second stringers and all that, but his confidence looked good. He was a menace. I think he had, wait a minute, I got some notes. I think he played 18 snaps maybe or 20. I don't know. I think maybe 18, 19 snaps. I don't know. But he looked good. He was strong. He was fluid, aggressive, and his form was on point. You could tell he was putting in the work, in the classroom and in theory and in practical. Let me say it like that. Now I know last season, he couldn't practice. He couldn't get on the field game time or practice because he was still injured and rehabbing. But you could tell that, because they still got to go to class. So you could tell he was right front and center in the class, taking his little notes. But he just looked real confident last night. And let me see. Chuck Smith, I think his name is Smith, but Coach Chuck is the pass rush coach. So you could tell he's been getting that work in, putting in that work. And he, like last night, like I said, it was just a preseason game, but it's still football. But you could tell by the little nuances, the little tweaks that's in his game, the things that he did last night. Like I gotta find it. I had it written down somewhere, but you could tell like his confidence was on 100. His edge setting was impressive. And his follow throughs were good because he used to be like a raw, like a bull in the china closet, just like but now he follows through. If that's making any sense to y'all, he follows through. He anchors. His anchors were good. And what else? I should have wrote this down. My mind is a gray hair. I'm old, but he followed through. He blocked like last. It was one play in particular where it was a tight end that was trying to get up and he was not letting that. He was standing still. He would not budge. Tight end couldn't. He had nothing coming. So y'all know what that's called. So that's what I talk about. And then he hit it up the middle. So his assignments, he did good on his assignments. He followed through. What else I got for him? And his edge setting was impressive. His follow through was good. He anchored, like he really anchored, and I like that part. He got to the quarterback. I don't think he had any sacks because the ball was already gone, but he still got to the quarterback. So he rushed the quarterback a number of times. He tackled him too, but it wasn't a sack. He just got some hits. But yeah, he was real aggressive with that. And just the confidence alone. When I say confidence, I mean like his body, like I guess like Bateman said in one of his interviews, like sometimes you after you get hurt so many times you lose confidence in your performance as far as like if you might take that step and pop the knee or whatever the injury was, you lose confidence in your body, not your play, but just your body failing you. So you could tell that Ojabo, his confidence is, was there because he was all over the place. Not like raw like he was when he first started, like in college and stuff, but like he is more refined, fluid. Yeah, that's the word. He's more fluid and refined, and he is flowing. So that's great progress for him, and I'm happy for him. And so just got to stay healthy, stay at it, stay hungry, stay with Coach Chuck, and What's the other guy? Owe. So I think we might have our pass rush. We might have, if both of them stay healthy. Well, Owe playing for some dough. So no, he got his dough. A Jabo playing for some dough. I think Owe got his dough. Yeah, Owe got his dough, and Bateman just got a little bit of dough. So anyway, and Simpson was a menace. That's my word, menace. He was a menace. He gonna be a problem. He just ready. Like he just ready. And let me see. Cleveland. And Ben Cleveland. I just don't like him. But I just don't like him. I don't like him for this. I don't like him for this team. But he, I was reading some things on Facebook and people were saying that he did good. They was like, he did good. He's solid. This and that. Only him and McCurry were the ones that carried the game last night. But it's just preseason, they gotta carry the game every night. Every night, every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and sometimes Saturday. You gotta carry it. The O-line is still getting mixed reviews from what I'm seeing and hearing. I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but it definitely can't be worse than it was last season with the O-line by committee. That just wasn't the answer at all. And I say just find who fits best with Stanley and Voorhees. Because I think, is it Voorhees? Stanley and... Shit, like I'm all fucked up. Lindenbaum. Find out who fits best with Stanley and Lindenbaum. Who's the most efficient at pass blocking, and who's going to be the right guard. Who going to take that spot? Who going to claim the right guard spot, that position? So find who fits best with Stanley and Tyler Lindenbaum, who's an efficient pass blocker, and see